Everyone. Today I will talk about the flight of Artemis 2 at the Kennedy Space Center, also known as the John Fitzgerald Kennedy Space Center of the NASA Launch Operations Center. A new manned flight to the moon was launched on April the 1st, 2026 at 18:35, 22:35 GMT after 45 years, using the Orion rocket with four astronauts on board, consisting of a three man and one woman. The intention is not for them to land on the moon, but rather to fly around it in order to test the rocket for a later flight to the moon itself in 28. Let us make the interpretation based on the horoscope of the launch. The flight departed particularly at full moon, when the moon was in the sign of Libra in the ascendant and the sun in the enterprising sign of Aries in the seventh house. It was indeed quite a defeat to undertake a flight to the moon again after such a long time. In the horoscope of the moon, the co-ruler is the moon of the 10th house and thus determines, together with Mercury, the actual ruler of the 10th house, the fate of the flight, while the sun is the ruler of the 11th house, with which an opposition is formed. They are in opposition to each other, which suggests that a certain tension arises between the demanding flight control and the crew. The seventh house contains Neptune, which is the ruler of the seventh house and is located in the seventh house in the sign of Aries, where Saturn, co-ruler of the fourth, is also located. The homeland being left behind to rely further on the others, who largely determines the flight. The moon is in trine with Pluto, ruler of the third house, and sextile with the black moon, which is in the third house too. This guarantees a smooth journey. Pluto is in a square with Venus, ruler of the second and the eighth house. The flight is indeed an expensive undertaking and may well cause some dissatisfaction and friction. The moon is conjunct with the North Node and with Mercury, ruler of the ascendant, ensuring that small hidden problems could be annoying and resolved. The moon is still in a square with Jupiter, which in turn is in trine with Mercury, ruler of the ascendant. It is an exciting undertaking, but the minor problems are being resolved, and with the trine to Mercury, which is also ruler of the 10th house, everything is being guided safely. However, Jupiter forms the apex of a square to the moon and to the sun, indicating that the flight is indeed a risky undertaking and causes a great deal of tensions. The ascendant is in trine with Uranus, the indicator of new technologies, means, which is located in the ninth house, the house of the long distance travel. The organization of the space shuttle flight and the craft itself are of technical marvel that commands admiration and respect. Iron, which can provide surprise, is on the cusp of the eighth house. Chiron is sextile, while well connected to the MC, but in conjunct with the ascendant. These are aspects without the involvement of another planet, which makes them less powerful. As the outcome of the flight, we consider Jupiter as ruler of the fourth house, which is in the tenth house. Jupiter is in a trine aspect, well connected to Mercury, ruler of the ascendant, and to keep the suspense going, also square to the moon in the first house. Although there will be a number of tense moments during the flight, everything will go smoothly and a great deal of scientific information will be gathered. That will be useful for a subsequent flight in which people will actually land on the moon again, tasked with transmitting all kinds of information to the Earth.